My name is James, and I've always held one belief close to my heart. Loyalty is the foundation of any strong marriage. When Olivia and I exchanged vows a decade ago, I truly believed we were building something lasting, something built on love, trust, and mutual respect. But now, with the clarity that only betrayal can bring, I realized just how foolishly optimistic I had been. Olivia didn't betray me with silence or subtlety. Her disloyalty wasn't wrapped in guilt or buried in secrecy. No, she paraded it out in the open, as if daring me to notice. In the beginning, I chalked it up to overthinking. The way she lingered too long when she touched her colleague Ethan at social events. Her laughter, too bright and too frequent, whenever he spoke. The way she clung to her phone, smiling down at it like it held the secrets of her heart. Secrets she no longer shared with me. But it all became painfully undeniable one night when we hosted a dinner party for her coworkers. That evening changed everything. Olivia was glued to Ethan, her body language unmistakable. Leaning close, whispering intimately, touching his arm like I didn't exist. Her eyes sparkled when she looked at him in a way I hadn't seen directed at me in years. And Ethan? He smirked, fully aware of the power he held in that moment. A part of him enjoyed my silent suffering. I've never been the kind of man to cause a scene. I pride myself on calmness, on handling things with quiet strength. So I didn't lash out. I didn't accuse or scream. I sat there at the head of the table, glass in hand, my jaw clenched and my knuckles pale from the tension. But inside, something dark began to burn. They thought I would take it, that I was too passive, too dignified to push back. But they misjudged me. That night, I made a decision, not to confront her then and there, but to respond in a way she'd never see coming. If Olivia was going to make a fool out of me in our home, I would destroy the illusion she so carefully crafted and expose her for who she truly was. The first step was hiring a private investigator. Within a week, I had every confirmation I needed. They had been meeting for months, exclusive hotels, random getaways, and disgustingly, even using the backseat of my own car. The PI gave me everything. Photos, call logs, timestamps, proof that tore through any remaining doubts. While I gathered evidence, I continued to wear the mask of the devoted husband. I kissed her goodnight, pretended to listen to her stories, even complimented her dresses, all while setting the stage for the perfect reckoning. Olivia always cherished her image, the gracious wife, the high-flying professional, the charismatic socialite. That persona was her weakness, and I knew exactly how to weaponize it. I scheduled a consultation with the most ruthless divorce attorney in the city. His reputation for dismantling reputations and winning without mercy was exactly what I needed. Together, we devised a legal strategy designed to leave her reeling, both publicly and financially. Then I sat down with our financial advisor. Olivia never truly realized that I had always been the one shouldering the bulk of our income. Most of our financial holdings and properties were already in my name. With my advisor's guidance, I began quietly shifting liquid assets, preparing for the final blow. I wasn't out for revenge just for the sake of it. I wanted her to feel the weight of what she'd done, to lose what she valued most: control, image, and comfort. I wanted her to understand that while she thought she had played me, I had been watching, waiting, and preparing. She may have started this war with whispers and glances, but I would end it with facts, strategy, and silence. I shifted our assets into accounts solely under my control and ensured all our joint investments were legally secured in my favor. By the time she would catch on, the damage would already be irreversible. But that wasn't enough for me. I didn't just want to protect myself. I wanted the truth to be known, publicly and unmistakably. So I set in motion a final act, a moment of truth she wouldn't be able to escape. Olivia had always relished the spotlight. Hosting grand events made her feel important, admired. So when our 10th wedding anniversary approached, she eagerly proposed an elaborate celebration. I pretended to be thrilled, nodding through her endless talk of themes, floral arrangements, and guest lists. I even encouraged her to invite Ethan, knowing full well she'd take the bait. The night of the party, our home brimmed with guests, friends, relatives, co-workers. Olivia was dazzling in a fitted black dress, gliding effortlessly through the room, soaking in every compliment like sunlight. Ethan was there, lounging smugly near the bar, acting as though he belonged. I waited until the event reached its liveliest point before stepping forward. I raised my glass and gently tapped it with a spoon, drawing attention. The room gradually quieted as I picked up the microphone, standing at the center like the groom at a wedding reception. Thank you all for being here tonight to help us celebrate 10 years of marriage. I began, my tone warm, my gaze steady. It truly means a lot to have so many familiar faces around us. Olivia beamed at me from across the room, completely unaware. I paused, letting silence build. Marriage is a promise built on trust, respect, and loyalty. I continued, letting each word hang. But sometimes people forget what those promises mean. Sometimes, they pretend while living a double life. A ripple of confusion moved through the room. I noticed Olivia's smile begin to tremble. Her eyes scanned the crowd uneasily. In recent months, I went on, I've come to understand just how easily trust can be shattered, and I think it's time we all saw what's really been happening behind closed doors. With that, I turned to the projector screen behind me and clicked the remote. A series of photos and videos appeared, Olivia and Ethan together in hotel lobbies, sharing intimate moments in parked cars, their text messages professing love and plotting ways to push me out of the picture. The room fell into stunned silence. Gasps echoed. Whispers surged like a wave. Olivia stood frozen, her face drained of color. Ethan's smirk vanished entirely. People looked from them to me, unsure of what to say. This is the woman I've been married to for a decade, I said, my voice unwavering. And that's the man she chose to betray me with. For anyone who thought I'd stay quiet, consider this my answer. The party dissolved into chaos. Guests murmured in disbelief, some storming out, others staring in horror. Olivia chased me upstairs, sobbing, begging me to listen, but I shut the door behind me with finality. Ethan slipped away quietly, avoiding the scene like a coward abandoning a wreck he helped create. The aftermath was brutal. News of the affair spread rapidly. Olivia's reputation, once so carefully polished, was in ruins. She resigned from her position to avoid facing daily shame. The divorce process was swift. With the legal groundwork I'd already laid and the undeniable evidence in hand, the judge had little sympathy for her. She walked away with barely anything, no house, no savings, no stake in our investments. Ethan? He vanished from her life just as quickly. Without her influence or standing, she held no appeal to him. She was discarded, left to pick up the pieces alone. It's been a year since that unforgettable night. I sold the house, weighed down with too many painful memories, and relocated to a new city. I poured myself into work, into passions I'd long neglected, slowly rediscovering who I was before everything fell apart. Word occasionally reaches me about Olivia. She's working an ordinary job, living in a modest apartment. Most of her old friends have drifted away. The woman who once loved being the center of attention now lives in obscurity. Do I feel any guilt? No. She paraded her betrayal in plain sight, certain I'd be too blind or weak to act. She misjudged me. When I was finished, she was left with nothing. Revenge didn't erase the pain, but it restored my balance. For the first time in years, I'm grounded, no longer stumbling through lies, but standing firm in truth.